Welcome to Blissful Transformations. Today we're going to talk about the healing power of touch, and it's something that I think most of us do daily, and it's certainly a topic worth chatting about. I find people come to touch therapies because on a conscious or unconscious level they want to feel reconnected. There's many aspects to healing in touch therapies, such as massage, and we'll discuss some of them. So one of the important avenues is presence of the practitioner. I have learnt different healing modalities. Some support the importance of presence and others don't, and you all will have your own opinion on this. However, I believe the importance of presence and intention to be up on the top of the list. So I don't feel that you should be thinking about your shopping list whilst working on a client, whether it's massage or doing tinting of any sort. There's a clip that I did with a neighbour's cow where I was massaging him, and as soon as I turned my face to look at the camera, even though I was still touching him, he knew instantly and he came after me for more touch. And so it doesn't matter whether it's animals or people alike, they know, we know when another is fully present. It's the same as in conversation. So please do remain present, and the intention is really important too. Part of the intention should be, what did your client come for? You want them to achieve that. It could be release of shoulder pain, or it could simply be to relax because they've had a really stressful week, month, year, whatever it may be for them. So you want to try and aim for that, and you might have your own intentions too, and that may be to help your client center into a heart still bliss state. You know, these are all very different. And a story in relation to the importance of presence and intention is based around my son when he was around 2.5. He woke up one morning and he said to me that his head was really sore and I didn't massage it, and or I didn't rub it, were his words actually, and I didn't know what he was talking about. And then when I questioned him further, he said, when I was born my head was really sore and you didn't rub it. And as mothers we do touch and smell and stroke, and the smell of a baby's head is divine. However, I never did have the intention to heal his head. So there are aspects of love that nurture and certainly heal. However, I could have taken it a little bit further and intentionally touched gently and stroked to heal. Do we as mums given birth consider any pain in our child's head? Not generally. So, but he certainly made me aware of the importance of doing that, and also of touch and intention. So please be mindful of where is your thought at in regards to your client. Try and nurture them, try and make them feel cared for. It's a truly amazing experience. You might be brilliant when it comes to technique, but to make it that extra special gift for your client, certainly put your presence, intention, your heart into being there for your client, and it will make it all the more healing and beneficial. They'll step up out of that experience and they'll feel gifted by you. Science has done some really amazing research in regards to the heart, and as early as the 1990s it discovered that our heart has its own signature and our body has its own signature, and simply touching another, You may not even interact verbally with that person, or even being next to someone can leave a recordable signature in that person's body. So what that means when we're actually spending an hour treating someone and we're touching them, we certainly can make an influence in the potential for that day, for that week, or even beyond. So once again, presence and intention is important. We now know that the heart can pick up information not only internally, but also externally. In fact, we can walk into a room and our heart will pick up what's going on within the environment before the brain will. We might get an initial vibe in a certain area and not really know what it means, but it will either make us feel comfortable or not. That's why, as a practitioner, it's important to have your environment as clean energetically and clutter-free. These different things can actually influence the environment and the initial perception of your next client who walks in that door. So our heart's frequency can extend out around 12 feet or more. So what that means is you are constantly giving and receiving. You're constantly gifting another, or potentially, if your presence and intention isn't in the right space for gifting another, you might be making them feel uncomfortable. We don't want to do that as practitioners. We want to gift everyone that we come in contact with, whether we touch them or not. We actually want them to step away from us and feel blessed by the experience, and then they will want to come back and see you. They may not know why, but you just make them feel good. So in order to continue that process of having your client feel good, please work on presence and intention, and also dedicate time for you, for your healing. The work that we do on ourselves. Maybe we had a habit that we released, or maybe we had a thought pattern that we released, or an emotional mental response to a situation that we've worked on and it no longer triggers us. However, this information is stored on a cellular memory. It's also electrical information because it creates new pathways within our nervous system, and we choose those new pathways versus old ones, old ways or habits. And that gives the potential for our client to do the same. We're not doing the healing for them. It's their choice whether they want to pick that up and do something with it, or whether it just kind of sits dormant. But that information is given and received, and given and received, that's also important. So as a practitioner, at the end of every treatment, bless your client in your own way and release their energy so you can move on and work on your next client without transferring. So I like to wash my hands consciously. Water is really an incredible healing tool, and I bless them and thank them, and not only am I cleaning my hands, but I'm also releasing energetically and consciously. I am releasing them and thanking them. I don't know if any of you have ever had experiences where you've had a client who's walked in with a sore knee or a headache and they've walked out without it, but you've got it. So I know of many experiences and have felt it, and that is another reason for the importance of releasing your client after they have left. When it comes to touch itself, I find there is deeper heart connection when you touch your client with both hands. Presence and intention. And when you touch your client with fingertips, because we have energy centers in our fingertips and we have larger energy centers in our palms, so both hands, with as if you are caring for someone that you love deeply, that will be felt, that is received. So be mindful and bless yourself daily and bless those around you. And with every contact, you have the opportunity to be a channel for greater opportunities and love and connection and gifting the world and changing the potential for the planet, starting from the inside out. And we all have that power, so let's cultivate it and share it. And as always, my friends, listen to your heart and follow your bliss. Take care.